Tyrone. Thank you for sparing your time out your busy diary today to have a conversation with us. Just wanted to ask you a few questions as the one of the top lettings guys and estate agents in the Croydon area. I wanted to just get a bit of your story and what you've been doing and what made you make the change. So give us a bit of background about who you are and what you've been doing.
Well, I started off back in 2006 in London. So I originally started with Townends in the Elsford and Putney branch. I was when I originally started, just getting into the business, always done sales all my life, from selling cars to selling gym membership to selling mobile phones. Then I said, you know what, I really want to get into the property industry. So I said, you know what, let me try a search for companies who allow of someone who's new, never done it before. And Tyrone gave me that opportunity at that time. And so I was based in the Elsford branch as a lettings negotiator, and I was doing lettings in Elsfield. Then I transferred to Putney and jumped onto the sales side. I was there till 2007. Well, obviously, everyone knows what happened in 2007. It had a big crash. And from there, it just went downhill. But what I decided to do, sales wasn't great at that time, so I jumped back onto lettings. I was doing that for a year, which was good. It was still booming. It was just changing your mindset of how to do things. So again, similar to what we're having now, funnily enough. So we've done that for 2 years, but because of the long commuting, I moved to Croydon, I decided to look for a local agent in the Croydon area, where I transferred to Leaders in 2008. I was there from October 2008 until, this year, really. Literally from Leaders, I started from a negotiator again to reset and try to rebuild myself.
Almost took that step back to recharge yourself and put it back through again.
Yeah, exactly. And as soon as I was there, in the first year, I got promoted to senior, which was a fantastic achievement. A year later, I got promoted to lettings manager. Was a lettings manager for 3 years, which was good. And then obviously the market for sales started booming. So instead of the Leaders passing their properties over to other agents, Leaders decided to say, you know what, why don't we try to build a estate agent side? So we built that. I spearheaded the Croydon office and then got promoted to lettings and sales manager. I was the only one in the first 3 years to go above target for the company. So a
great achievement.
Myself.
Pat yourself on your back on that one, yeah.
Yeah, and from there it was just down what route I was going to take. As it was booming so well, was doing really well in the Croydon area, I decided they gave me 2 options: to be a branch manager or stay as convert fully onto the sales side. At that time, I knew I still wanted to deal with the lettings and the overall business. So I jumped on to become a branch manager, which I was, again, for the last 2 years. So that brings me up to now. But then all through my transition, I always wanted to feel I can give more to my clients, but I was restricted. So because of that, in 2007, I decided to open up my own company, but never done anything with it. So on company house was there, but I never took the leap. Also,
so you took the first stepping stone, but didn't actually make the jump.
Yeah, so it's always there, but never done anything. Always wondering, can I do it? For me, it's trying to find a work-life balance. But I just was afraid, because at the end of the day, you feel that you need how can I say it? You need someone there to get you in the door. But what I feel now, looking at things, how I've been taught by Kellen William, it's not about getting in the door, it's about you selling yourself will get you where you need to be. And if you think about it, Leaders it's a brand, but they're not the ones who are selling me for the actual landlord or vendor. It's myself. I'm selling me and what I can give and what my office could give at that time. And it was just changing the mindset for me. I thought, actually, you know what? I don't need that brand there, that big brand. I can use my personal brand to take it to the next level. And so eventually, obviously, I spoke to yourself. And I said, you know what, let me find out what it's about, the Keller Williams way, and if I'm suited for it, and obviously if you guys feel I'm suited for you guys and how Keller Williams works. Yeah. And obviously I'm here today by all means.
and doing really well at the moment. Really
yes,
well.
Thank you. Trying.
So what made you, obviously you had your company set up for a while, what made you then take that final leap? Obviously you had the fear holding you back. What was it what are you doing it for? So obviously you've now made the jump, you're a business owner, you're doing really well, you've been doing incredibly well, even though we've been in lockdown as well, so we'll come back onto that in a minute. But what was the sticking point of coming out of a high street branch into where you are now?
Yeah, you know what? For me, it was more in a sense that I can give my whole essence in a sense. Whereas when you're working for another company, you're target driven, you've got your KPIs, so you have to give, sorry about the colouring. You have to give the targets first call, and then everything else is second and third. But obviously with myself, I'm a people person, so I like to speak to people. I like to get involved. But how it wasn't going that route. It's more that I'll get the property on and then pass it on to someone else. So I'm just the first phase. Then I'll never deal with that person. And I still want to be in control. I still want to control it myself and making sure I'm still giving that 110% service. For me, I like to what I call fanatic fans. I want to make every person a fanatic fan, so they remember me and pass my name forward. And then obviously, hopefully, have in a sense of the go-to person for life as a property specialist. And that's where it's been. But obviously, because Leaders was growing so fast, they're getting bigger and bigger. I think it was just changing a lot. Where it wasn't, whereas before Leaders was a family-owned business, it's more turned into a corporate base, where things are just dropping off. It's not dropping off for how I feel the business has changed. So
where you would take it personally, you mean? So the way you would have taken it as your office.
Yeah. So where I like to be hands-on and I like to build a rapport with people, I couldn't do that as much anymore. So it just felt like I'm just getting a property on, hitting my KPIs, and then that's it. Moving on for a next venture, to keep on moving on. Adding the numbers in. Yeah, but there's not that care with there. Whereas now, because I'm self-employed, when running my own business, I can have that care there. So when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to 100% do it. I don't mind doing viewings after 7 o'clock. It doesn't matter to me because I know I'm providing a service. I want to get the best option for my buyer or for my landlord or for my vendor or for a tenant for to hopefully have their dream home. It's trying to get that win-win scenario at the end of the day.
So would you say sort of two sort of parts of your USP of what you are and what you in essence of what you offer is, so time is probably one of them. You can spend more time with them, and just having more of a personable approach. So you get you and only you, and that's it the whole way through.
Without a doubt, I feel that's a key asset because not everyone's like that. You can't get that time. Time at the moment is so hard to give for a normal high street agent. It's literally, if they got KPIs, you have to take on a property, that's it. You have to get as much viewings, you have to complete. Whereas they're missing out the middle part where it's actually, you have to make sure you're listening to your vendor or your landlord, understanding what they're looking for. Okay? At the end of the day, this is their greatest asset, is their property. So you want to make sure you're giving the best service possible to achieve what they're looking for. And you can do that with knowledge, time, and obviously being a personable person at the end of the day.
Yeah, so I've got to know you over 6, 7, 8 months, however long it is. I can't remember now. But again, you're a family man as well. So it's throughout the lockdown, how have you found that? Especially obviously spending more time with the kids and being a business owner. How have you found it over the past? I don't know how long. It's been 8 or 9 weeks now, isn't it? Something like that.
It's a long time. It's been a long time. For me, at the moment, it's good. It was manic by all means. Also, I've got a little one, so she's just turned 4. So she's like a Tasmanian devil. She wants to be up in the park, jumping up and down, obviously trying to still work, trying to stay active. It has been hard, but again, for me, it's about how can you overcome the situation we're in at the moment. So for me, it's literally coming out of the box, the normal box that all estate agents are in, and thinking, okay, how can we still show this property? And again, how we was doing that with virtual viewings, doing videos of a property and sending it out to people. So again, they're still getting normal view from I'd say a virtual world, but still in real time. And it's just taking it to the next level, really. And obviously not a lot of people are doing that. So it's thinking out the box and obviously giving that extra service, that win factor. And it's been working well. So again, I've been doing quite a lot of virtual viewings. Again, at the moment, because they've obviously opened it up, we can start doing viewings on certain properties, but still keeping with their PPE. At the moment, I'm only doing really normal viewings on vacant properties. I just want to make sure everyone stays safe. But if they're happy for virtual, then I'll send them a virtual viewing and see where they go from there. And at the moment, I say 80% of my properties have been let by a virtual viewing, which is phenomenal.
Right. Yeah, you've actually done fairly well with sort of traction on speaking to landlords and bits and pieces over the past 8 weeks as well. So it's as you said, it's having that shift and just thinking outside the box and just moving it to what you can offer rather than what you can't.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So out of the 8-9 weeks, what have you learnt? Being in lockdown, what's changed? What were you utilising in your day-to-day business moving forward?
A lot of things I'll be doing. Loads of training, without a doubt, the Keller Williams way. Getting igniting. Quantum Leap was phenomenal after the second time doing it. But it's just about re-educating yourself, getting that knowledge and retraining yourself. So this is the perfect time to do it at the end of the day. But we are locked down. We can't do the norm. But so what we can do is train ourselves. So when it does open up again, we can actually spearhead and make sure we hit our targets for what we're giving ourselves, and also give the best service possible for our landlords and vendors. But yeah, it's just literally re-education and also targeting potential properties, what you can help people with. So again, I do quite a lot of canvassing in the local area, which has helped me a lot. Again, I've been talking to potential landlords and vendors on WhatsApp, on normal telephone conversations, and to see if I can help them. It's not really about always getting that sell. It's about what can you do for someone. And again, some people will say, "Oh, why would you do that?" And it's what I like to do. I like to help people out. And again, they'll say, "But what are you getting out of it?" It's not about getting money all the time. It's about what you can give. And also, all I ask is just refer me to someone else so I can try and help them and move forward, really.
Yeah, if you can build a meaningful relationship with somebody, it's then, again, what you said right at the beginning, that's a relationship for life.
Exactly.
You can help somebody, that's then somebody you've got that you can help every single time they need any property need or any of their friends and family do, and they'll refer you.
Yeah, without that. And again, and once you got that connection and you do something for that person, the feeling you get at the end is priceless for me personally, anyway. And that's my joy in this business. Without that.
And so, being a business owner now, it's obviously a massive change from where you've been. What's one of the main things you've loved so far?
You know what? It's time again. I know it's getting back time to obviously give to my loved ones again. Whereas before, I didn't have that time. I was working from 8 o'clock till 8 sometimes, depending on the scenario, and never home. Or when I am home, I'm always on the phone, sending an email or something out. Whereas now, because I'm using my own personal time and having sorting out my time management, I can cater for all needs, so I can still do work and focus on my kids as well. And also, without that, I like the gym, so staying healthy and fit. Without that, I couldn't start my day. Really, it's all working. I'm in control of me and my time, which is great.
Cool. And what's something that you would change?
Well, something
that you didn't do to start with, or something that you would have done differently to get going?
You know, for the big change for me is time management. It is, again, time. Because whereas before, I can delegate all certain sections, but I didn't have no control of it. I'm taking that all back in. So it's just about you re-understanding that and saying, right, this is all me now. I'm doing all this. So I'm doing that A, B, C, D, and so on. And it's just, it's a thrill that, oh, I'm taking control. I'm doing it. I know everything. So I don't have to go to anyone. And so that's a big change without a doubt. But again, it makes me excited because I can do whatever I want and make sure I'm giving that service 110% to my buyer, my vendor, my applicants, my tenants. It is great.
Yeah. And what area is your core area then? Just let everyone know, so anyone needs to get in contact.
It's Croydon. It is Croydon. CRO, CR2. But truthfully, I'll go anywhere. Croydon's a big area. They're the second biggest town.
Huge.
It is absolutely huge. So truthfully, I live in South Croydon, which is CR2, but I'll focus on CR0, CR3, CR5, CR8. You name it, I'm there. CR7, Fulton Heath.
Literally the Croydon borough's done.
As long as I can still give my service, I'll go anywhere needed in the Croydon borough.
Amazing. Cool. And just one thing to finish us off. So any advice you can give anybody out there that would consider doing it, as you did, you set up your company and then sort of sat there for a while. What advice would you give anybody else that's actually looking at doing something or looking at a change?
And you know what? Just believe in yourself. Talk to people. Talk to obviously yourself, or another, if it's a different area, someone from Keller Williams. Because just speaking to someone to open up your mind. Because at the end of the day, for me, I was always thinking it, but I couldn't see the best route or how to do it. And obviously, with the Keller Williams formula, is phenomenal. Again, and of course, a big thing for me as well was there's no salary anymore, where I had a basic salary, whereas now it's zero salary, but then the commission is higher. So it's about turning it on its head and working out what can you do to achieve what you want. And for example, whereas an estate agent, you'll probably get a basic salary, but your commission is £50 to £150, depending on the fee. Whereas with Keller Williams, you get a big chunk of that commission, which solely goes to you, where you would never achieve that. So really, you do for a normal high street agent, you can do in 2 to 3 deals with Keller Williams and get the same sort of amount of money. So it's just about turning it on its head and think, actually, I don't have to do 20 odd deals. I can actually do three deals and get the same. So you're prioritizing your time, again, always time, prioritizing your time to do other things and achieve more things. So it is phenomenal. But I'll definitely say speak to someone.
Just believe in yourself.
And believe in yourself. And again, you're never too old to take that leap. Without that, you just need to believe in yourself and know your worth. And then hopefully it will all fit in.
Always inspirational words from you, Tyrone.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. So anyone's got any property needs around the Croydon area, Tyrone's your man. Reach out to him. I'll put his contact details in this post. But yeah, Tyrone, thank you so much for your time. Well done with what you're doing so far. I can see you going places. You're growing very, very fast at the moment. And we've been speaking about you becoming my personal trainer as well. So we'll see what happens there. Again, I've got to believe in myself to start doing that. So.
Indeed. Always believe in yourself.
Perfect. Nice one. Well, thanks for your time, Tyrone. And yes, I'll put your details in here and we'll go from there. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Cheers.